A good leader is someone who will help other people around them.
I think leadership encompasses virtually everything that the organization does, building the right team around you to be able to move the mission forward.
We're taking leadership to a different level, where we're just not leading at ADAPT, but throughout the industry. When we compare the staff we have to other agencies, I think we're second to none.
The training collaborative was really the brainchild of Ed Matthews. He really thought that training emerging leaders was important.
We have worked to select staff that come together and receive trainings and network with one another.
It's focused on quality. That's really the subject we discuss, how to lead to get quality.
The Training Collaborative has been instrumental for me. It gave me an opportunity to connect with innovative leaders who have a common goal, a common mission.
I aspire to be a CEO. Sometimes you dream high and you're like, but is this really attainable? And having the ability to be in a training collaborative with my peers really showed me that it is attainable.
A lot of organizations don't invest in that next level.
Through this collaborative, we have truly developed a line of succession here.
And it's been an absolute privilege for me to be a part of that process.
We've brought innovation into everyday lives, leading the way where other people would stay behind. We took like the bull by the horns and said, no, we're moving ahead.
Working with kids, society, medical professions, and others really ignored them for a long period of time and didn't understand, both medically and socially, what their needs were. And I think we took leadership positions to be able to work with society, to be able to work with government, to get people more accepted.
Our son was in the integrated class. He received speech therapy, occupational therapy, and he received some behavioral counseling as well. On entering ADAPT, he couldn't hold a pencil, but now he's able to write his name. They've just exceeded our expectations. They love our son. They love our son. It's not just a job for them.
I met Latavia when she was 13 months old in a snowstorm. We were busy trying to get the children safely onto the buses, and then I turned around and there in the lobby was the mom and Latavia. And I said, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know you came. And she says, I saw everything I needed to see. This is a place where people care.
It's lovely to be back, actually. Seeing the kids graduate today, it was a complete full circle moment for me. I remember when I started my career as a speech language pathologist, I actually came back here for a clinical practicum. She's just been a big support system for me.
Latavia has always been a fighter, and she says, I can't stop. I have to go on. I'm not only for myself, but I'm setting the example for everybody that I come in contact with. I'm going to lead.
I remember when she came for an interview. She was just so impressive from the outset, so passionate, a can-do attitude.
Being an SLP means to me a lot because I had speech therapy when I was growing up. So it's like I'm giving back to the community.
To be able to work with someone who is a wheelchair user and has cerebral palsy and is incredibly competent at her work and is able to teach them more about disability affirmative practices. It's a pretty wonderful experience for our students.
I wanted to be able to show just people who are ably different that you could be anything you want to be.
She doesn't give up. She doesn't ever give up. Latavia has emerged as a real leader in our community as well as in the Bronx community.
Our self-advocacy movement is rivaled by no one. The folks that we support use their own voices to communicate with local, state, and federal legislators.
Today, we joined a rally at the MTA headquarters to ensure elevator access for people with disabilities.
At least 30 elevators are out every day. That means we can't take that particular subway. Partnerships with ADAPT are important because sometimes people don't think that they have power when they do have power, and by showing up in numbers, they're proving that they have a stake in the issue.
I've been a self-advocate all my life.
Without Danny and other self-advocates, there wouldn't be this program. I just see somebody who really values her freedom and independence, and she's just getting started.
I know a lot of people like, why don't you just get your accessorized? No, that's boring. I prefer the subway because it's faster and you have a lot more freedom. Everyone else can have that choice. Why can't I?
She's surrounded by a community that would fight alongside her. She's not alone.
Don't give up on yourself. Don't cut yourself short, because you never know where your life will lead you.
Many people in leadership positions here have been here over 20 years. And I think what that speaks to is not just the fact that it's a good place to work, but the fact that they feel fulfilled in what we're doing, in the commitment that they're making, and in the satisfaction that they get about being here.
As someone who has worked at this agency for over 30 years, I am very proud of the work that Adapt Community Network does.
The fight isn't over, not by a long shot. There's so much more to be done.
Adapt has never been more important in society.